we're gonna shake the camera in this video as you seen. So let's get into this. Go over to animation tab. Okay, if you can find the animation tab, go in the top window, then go to animation or control 6 and animator tab also, as you can see. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move the animation tab over here. Okay, over here, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna create two animation clips. Firstly, the camera will stay like this. Okay, and the second one, we're gonna create the shake one. So select the main camera and create. Okay, create an asset folder, sorry, animation folder. First go to assets, right click, create, name that folder to something like animation. And as you can see, we have created this animation folder. We're gonna go over to that and we're gonna create a subfolder. Right click, new folder, and we're gonna name it something like camera underscore. Okay, camera underscore animation, and then hit enter and double click that, and we're gonna name this animation. The first one, the camera will stay like this, so we're gonna call something like camera underscore idle. Okay, camera underscore idle, something like that, and hit enter. So we're gonna not gonna capture anything like that, the camera will stay like this. So hit this record button to record the animation, and hit this record button once again to capture. So it will just stay like this, and we're gonna create the other one, which will be the shake one. Okay, select the main camera once again, and hit this over here and create new clip. Okay, and we're gonna name this something like camera underscore shake. Okay, camera underscore shake, something like that, and hit enter. So we're gonna move the camera in the x and the y. As you can see, it will be shake. Okay, so I'm gonna select 0 once again, and what we're gonna do, so hit this record button to record the animation. We're gonna move one frame, and we're gonna select in the x point one, in the y we're gonna select minus point one, something like that, a small amount, and we're gonna go over to one frame once again. We're gonna set it back to 0 0. Okay, and we're gonna go over to once again. Okay, once again, and we're gonna set, if I go to what we set, minus 1. Okay, so we're gonna set minus point 0.1 in the x and 0.1 in the y, and then we're gonna go over to once again, and we're gonna set back to 0 0 0. Now if I play the animation, as you can see, it's shaking. Okay, hit this record button once again to capture the animation. Now it's captured it. So we have created two animation clips. So I'm gonna drag the animation tab over here down, and if we go to animator tab, as you can see, by default camera idle is selected. So if you want to any of them by default state, just right click on that and set as layer default state, but I'm gonna leave as camera idle one as a default state. So we're gonna go over to camera shake. If we destroy some kind of objects, we're gonna attack something like that, we're gonna shake the camera. So we need to go to camera shake animation clip. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a shake parameter. Okay, and we're gonna trigger that parameter, so it will go over to camera shake animation clip. So what we need to make transition. Okay, so right click on camera idle and make transition to camera shake. Okay, and what we're gonna do, select this transition arrow. Basically we're gonna untick this exit time, because we're gonna go immediately to that camera shake. Okay, whenever we destroy this pot layer game object like that. So we're gonna untick this, and we're gonna set transition duration to 0. We're gonna go immediately. Okay, we have to choose a condition, in which condition we want to go. So we're gonna trigger a parameter. We're gonna call it something like shake, and we're gonna trigger that parameter. If that parameter trigger, okay, it will go to camera shake animation clip. Okay, so when we shoot to trigger that parameter, when we destroy this game object, pot game object, something like that, wherever you want. So in the left, as you can see parameter, so hit this plus icon over here and select the bottom one, which is trigger, and we're gonna call it something like shake. Okay, and we're gonna trigger this parameter. So select the transition, and we're gonna choose that condition. If this condition we trigger, if this parameter we trigger, we're gonna go over to camera shake animation clip. So hit this plus icon over here. So we have chosen that shake condition parameter. Okay, also we need to go back to a camera idle animation clip. Okay, or we will just stack in the camera shake animation clip. So we will like stack in the forever whatever time. So that's why we also need to go back to camera idle animation clip. Okay, so right click on camera shake animation clip and make transition to camera idle animation clip. Okay, and we select this transition, and we're gonna leave has exit time. We're gonna play the 100% animation, okay, of camera shake. Then we will go over to camera idle animation clip. Okay, so that's why we're gonna untick, we're gonna leave the has exit time as a ticked, and we're gonna choose exit time to 1. Basically means 1 over here means 100%. Okay, if you set 0.9 it will be 90%, something like that. Okay, so we have chosen 1. Basically it will play the 100% animation, then it will go over to camera idle animation clip. We're not gonna choose any condition, so that's why it will go automatically. Okay, and we're gonna choose transition duration to 0 bus. We just want to go immediately whenever the animation camera shake animation clip has been played 100%, then we're gonna go immediately to camera idle animation clip. So that's why we have chosen 0 over here transition duration, and we're gonna not gonna choose any condition like that. It will go to automatically camera idle animation clip. So now if I hit play, okay, if I hit play and if I trigger this shake parameter, okay, if I trigger this shake parameter, say parameter, it will go over to camera shake animation clip, because we have chosen that condition. We triggering that condition, as you can see. Now if I trigger, as you can see, camera shakes. If you look closely, as you can see, the camera shakes. Okay, it's pretty small, by the way. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a animation shake camera script. Okay, so you go to project and then go to assets, right click, create. Okay, c script, name that script to camera shake animation clip, something like that. Or and select the main camera game object and drag that script to add component section of a main camera game object. So we're gonna drag, I already have created, so I'm gonna drag into add component section. As you can see, by default an animator component has been added when we created this animation clip of main camera. As you can see, this animator component. So what we need to go to this animator component of main camera, then we're gonna trigger this parameter over here. Okay, so we need to get access this animator component. By this animator component, we're gonna trigger this shake parameter. This is responsible, this animator component is responsible for switching animation, creating switching animation, some like that. Okay, so this is responsible for animating the character, or as or also the switching the animation. So we need this animator component. Okay, so we have created this camera shake script over here, as you can see, and we attach this camera shake script to our main camera. So double click it to open up in Visual Studio. Okay, double click that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna delete this pre-generated methods and codes. Okay, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a function, and we're gonna make it we're gonna make it public. Okay, because we're gonna call it through another script. Okay, so that's why we have to make it public. So we're gonna call public, and the type will be void for function, and you can call something like shake camera, shake, something like that. I'm gonna call it shake. Okay, shake camera, and make this first bracket and this curly brackets. Okay, so what we need this animator component of main camera, as you can see. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get this component. By this component, we're gonna trigger this shake parameter. As you can see, this is responsible for switching animation, so that's why we need to get this animator component. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over to script once again. We're gonna do it as start function. So type uh, create the start function. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna need that component. Okay, so we're gonna set it private, we don't need to make it public, and the type of that component is animator. Okay, animator, and we're gonna call it something like animator. Okay, and we need to get this animator, we need to grab this animator component. As you know, a start function get called whenever the game start. Okay, so we're gonna grab that animator component first. So animator, and we're gonna go to this basically means it's referring itself. Okay, whatever this is script attaching with, as you can see the camera shake script attached with our main camera, so it will get the animator component itself. Okay, try to get itself. Okay, so we're gonna get this dot get component, the type of the component is animator. Okay, animator, and you have to make this first brackets and end up with semicolon. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we need to go to animator and we need to trigger that parameter. Okay, which is say in the start we are getting the animator, this dot get component. Now we have the reference of animator. Now we can tweak the shake parameter trigger. Okay, so what we're gonna do, and as you know start function get call when the game start, we just grabbing the animator component in the start of the game. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to animator component and we need to trigger this shake parameter over here, so it will go to camera shake animation clip. So we're gonna go over to once again in script and we're gonna go over to animator. Okay, animator, and we have to type this shake trigger, and you have to pass the same name as you did in the animator tab. As you can see, yeah, as you can see shake, so we have to type the same name. So you have to make quotation and you have to type the name. Make sure you have spell it right. Okay, and end up with semicolon and control as on your keyboard. So whenever we call this function, okay, as you can see public void shake camera, we made it public because we're gonna call it through another script. What we doing in this shake camera function, we just firstly going to animator component of the main camera and we triggering that shake parameter. If as you know, if we trigger that parameter, it will go to camera shake animation clip. Okay, and after playing 100% animation of shake camera, it will go over to camera idle animation clip once again. Okay, so control s on your keyboard to save this and head again to unity. Okay, so what we gonna do, what we're gonna do, we're gonna call it whenever we destroyed the pod. Okay, so you can call it from anywhere you want. I'm gonna call it when we destroyed the pod. Okay, so I'm gonna select the pod. Okay, so just wait for to compile and you will able to see that. Okay, so if I select the pot, if I select the pot and if I go to animation and if I select the pot destructible over here, as you can see over here, with we destroying the pot. So we're gonna what we're gonna do, we're gonna add an event. Okay, add an event. Okay, sorry, we're not gonna call it from here. Whenever we destroying the pot, we're gonna call that from there. Okay, so if I go to player attack script, okay, we have over here, just wait. Over here, as you can see, we're destroying the pod game object. Before destroying, what we're gonna do, we're gonna shake the camera. Okay, so we need to get the script first. As you can see, we have created this camera shake animation is camera shake script over here, and it's sitting on the main camera game object, as you can see. So we need to grab the we need to find this camera shake animation script, camera shake script, then we will able to get this function. If I go to camera shake script over here, as you can see, we have created this camera function and we made it public because we're gonna call it through another script. And what set shake camera function doing, it's just triggering that shake parameter, so it will go to shake camera shake animation clip. Okay, so we're gonna call it through player attack. Over here we destroying the game object, pod game object. Before destroying, what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab the camera shake animation script first, and from there we're gonna call that shake camera function because we made it public, so we will able to see over here. So we firstly have to find the, you have to type this find object of type, and the type of the object is script, which is camera shake script. So we have to type this. Okay, sorry, I just did it wrong. Camera shake. Okay, camera shake, and you have to make this first bracket and dot. Over there we have created the shake camera function. So you have to type the shake camera. As you can see, we are able to see that, and you have to make first bracket and end up with semicolon. Okay, control s on your keyboard. So we finding the camera shake script first. From there we calling the shake camera function, and as you know, shake camera function will trigger the shake parameter, so it will go to camera shake animation animation clip of main camera. Okay, so control S on your keyboard to save this and head again to Unity. Okay, now if we play, if we destroy, whenever the port game object destroying, we calling the shake camera function, and shake camera function will shake the camera first. Okay, so just wait for to compile and you will able to see. Just wait for to compile and you will able to see. Okay, just wait for to compile, and just wait for to compile. Don't know why it's taking too much time. Okay, so now if I play, hit the play button. Okay, and if I destroy this port game object, okay, before destroying we calling that shake camera function. Okay, shake camera function. So just wait for to compile and you will able to see. Now if I attack the port, okay, you can call that function wherever you want. I'm just calling, as you can see, it shakes first and then it destroying the game object. Okay, so I hope you get the idea. If you enjoyed this video, like this video and share it with your friends who want to learn Unity from beginning. Okay, with C# coding. And if you are new to my channel, then subscribe it for upcoming tutorials. Okay, and if you want to support me, you can support me on patreon.com. And lastly, thanks for watching this video. Okay, goodbye.